Hi mga Momshies! Welcome back to my channel! If you are watching this video, even if you are not a Momshie, don't forget to subscribe to my channel para bongga! Okay, today guys, I will be sharing with you a very personal experience of mine that happened 5 years ago. Almost 5 years ago. So this is more of a storytelling video. If you are interested to know more about my experience during my in vitro fertilization, just keep on watching. Maybe I will be able to share some insights to you guys that will be helpful if you have decided to do this procedure in the future. Those people who doesn't know what's in vitro fertilization, so basically it's just the collection of eggs from the woman and then fertilizing it with a sperm collected from the man. So once it's fertilized, known as the embryo, it will then be transferred to the woman's uterus. Even more simple, I will just enumerate the details or the process that I went through. So at first we did a consultation, and then we were asked to come back on the second day of my period, and then there was a briefing on what are the things that we need to do. And then the fourth one is the ovarian stimulation, and the next one is the egg collection. So the last one is the embryo transfer, and then you need to wait for 2 weeks to see the result. Before we started the procedure, we did a briefing in the clinic. Basically, it's just to tell us what are the things that we need to do, what are the things we need to prepare, what will be the step-by-step process, what will be the schedule of events, what are the things that we need to eat and not eat. It's basically about the briefing. It's just more of an orientation on what will be the process. A few years back, we are already having some consultations with different OB/gynecologists around in Dubai. So we were hopping from one doctor to another, and then we decided to try the artificial insemination. It didn't go well. So after 2 years, we were able to save the amount that is needed for the in vitro fertilization. So fast forward, in 2015, we did this in a clinic in Jumeirah. I just wish that at that time I am already into vlogging. I already have my YouTube video, but unfortunately I wasn't able to document everything. So here I am. This is just more of a simple version, and I will not complicate you with the scientific terms, so you will be able to understand it better. I'm not getting pregnant because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. If you are familiar with that, maybe you are already experiencing having difficulty in conceiving. So we decided to do the in vitro fertilization because this is more of an advanced treatment for those couple who's not getting pregnant in a natural way. I decided to do it in FAKIH IVF. This was located in Jumeirah. We were asked to sign some agreements. We were asked to submit the needed documents like the marriage certificate, the passport, the visa, and the IDs. So just to verify our identities. And so it started when we went there for a consultation. We met one doctor. We discussed everything, our concerns, and why am I not getting pregnant. And she told me what are the procedures that are available, what are the treatments, and what are the things that we need to do, and what are the things that we need to prepare. So it started with the packages. They show us the rates and what are the treatments that will be done to us, particularly with our main concern. So for me, my follicle is not growing enough to release matured eggs. So on the part of my husband, there's no problem with him. Also, prior to the procedure, your husband needs to undergo semen analysis because they need to check the activity of the sperm, on how many sperms are active, how the motility, meaning on how fast they move and how active they are. On the consultation itself, we are advised to do the mini IVF. So meaning the mini IVF is less stimulation of the follicle. So meaning there will be less medicine that will be used, less medicine that will be injected on the woman's part. She said that we don't have any major problem when it comes to fertility. Only on my part has a problem, so there's no problem on my husband's side. Okay, after the consultation, we were asked by the doctor to come back on the second day of my period, because that is the best time to do the scanning of the follicle. What's the size on that day, because that has to be monitored. So according to the doctor, I need to start the ovarian stimulation right away. So they gave me the first shot on the tummy part. I was asked to come back after 2 days to do the transvaginal ultrasound again, and then the doctor measured the follicle, and she told me that after 2 days it didn't grow much, so they need to increase the dosage. And then I was asked to bring home the medicine for injection, so I need to inject the medicine on the belly part every day. And then I think that was for 5 days, and then I was asked to come back after 5 days to do the scanning. So on that particular day that I went back to the clinic, the doctor said, okay, we reached this the perfect size, so today we will be injecting another medicine for us to burst the follicle to release the matured eggs. So prior to that, I did a lot of blood tests. There are some things that they need to check on my blood if I'm already capable of doing the egg collection. And then I was put inside like an operating room inside the clinic. I was sedated because this is the day that they will collect all the matured eggs that is needed for the in vitro fertilization. I was sedated, and then when I woke up, the procedure is already done. After the procedure, I felt a subtle pain on my lower abdomen. It's not a major kind of pain, like the pain of having dysmenorrhea, but very subtle. After 3 days, we were asked by the doctor to come back to the clinic and do a scan. So I went back, and according to the doctor, my uterus is still bloated. There's a lot of water, so they need to let it calm. I need to wait for another 1 week to let my uterus rest. So the eggs that were collected, according to the doctor, needs to be freeze. So we needed to pay an extra amount for the freezing of the egg. So after that, they have collected the sperm from my husband, and then the sperm then brought to the laboratory. It was clean, and then it was washed. They needed to choose the best ones to use for the fertilization. After 2 weeks, we were asked to do the embryo transfer. Finally, this is after doing the fertilization of the egg cell that was collected from me. After that, I was again placed inside like an operating room, but I was fully awake. But we requested, I think when we got the call for the embryo transfer, according to the doctor, they have 2 embryos that is available for transfer. So they asked us if we want those 2 embryos to be transferred or only one. So we asked them to transfer the 2 embryos, so there will be a chance of getting twins. So if in case the other one did not grow, we still have 1 more embryo that was implanted on my uterus. So after the embryo transfer, I took a leave from work for like a week. I took a rest because I don't want to complicate things. I don't want to risk whatever is going on inside my body because I want to really get pregnant at that time. So after 1 week, we did a pregnancy test, and then we got a positive result, and we were so happy that finally I got pregnant. I will go now to the part where you will be asking on how much we spent on the entire procedure. At that time, I remember we spent about 20 to 25,000 dirhams. That was around 350,000 pesos, more or less, for the procedure itself. This is including all the scanning, some of the medicines, because on the packages, not all the medicines are included, especially the vitamins and also the injections. There are some medicines that were not included and it's not being covered by the insurance as well. So that was 20 to 25,000, excluding some of the medicines. So the package includes the scanning on the second day of my period up to the second pregnancy test. We didn't reach the second pregnancy test because on the first pregnancy test, I got a positive result because some cases on the first pregnancy test, it comes out negative, so they will do another pregnancy test that is still covered on that 25,000 dirhams. We spent 3,500 extra. I think more or less we spent about 40 to 45,000 for the entire process. This was in dirhams. I will just mention here the amount in dollars and in peso. So just in now I will go on the last part. This is just some few reminders and tips based on my personal experience. So the first tip that I have for you guys is to make sure that you are financially capable, financially ready for the procedure. Because me and my husband totally saved for this one. We made sure that we have enough funds to sustain the full procedure, meaning we did not just prepare entirely for that 25,000, but we managed to stretch our budget. We managed to save up some few more dirhams for the extra fees. So just make sure that you are ready. The next one is do not use your credit card when availing this in vitro fertilization package. Not unless if you have the readily amount that you will be able to pay the entire amount on your credit card. And also, number 3 on my tips is do not take up a loan from the bank. Because you are not so sure if you will be getting a positive or a negative result. God forbid that you got a negative result and then you end up paying your debt. It will be more of heartbreaking not getting pregnant and still paying the loan that you borrowed from the bank for 2 to 3 years. Just make sure you have enough funds before you do the procedure. The next one is make sure you are living a very active life, like you do exercise. It will be a very big help for the procedure. Also, make sure that you eat high protein foods. Do not consume lots of carbs and sweets on the entire process, especially for the women. Make sure to communicate this to your partner or to your husband. Make sure you are entirely ready whatever will be the result. If it's a positive, what are you going to do? If it's a negative, what are you going to do? Because me and my husband, during our journey in getting pregnant from 2012 up to 2015, we are used to getting a negative results on our pregnancy test. So we did not keep our hopes up this time. We just prayed. Just be positive about it. Just pray. Huwag kang umasa na 100% na mabubuntis ka because you don't like to be heartbroken. You spend a hefty amount of money and then not getting pregnant. I will go through the next tip or this is more of an unsolicited advice. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy to ask people around. Don't be embarrassed to seek help if you know that you need to. If you have been trying for more than 5 years now and you are not getting pregnant, maybe it's time to seek professional help. Maybe it's time for you and your husband to get tested. Don't feel that you are less of a person if you are unable to conceive a child. Maybe you just needed help. Maybe you just needed some medicine to correct the problem, the infertility problem that you have. Accept on yourself that you have a problem. Accept that there are things that you cannot do on your own. Accept that you need help. You need professional help. The next thing that I would like to tell you, guys and couples that are having a problem with infertility, make sure to do your research. Make sure to read. You need support from each other. Like, you need to communicate what are your thoughts, what are your worries, what are your plans together. You need communication, basically. And the last thing is, this is very, very, very important. Do not let other people pressure you. Don't let other people get into your mind. Like, a lot of people will be asking you, why are you not getting pregnant? Why you don't want to have a baby? When are you going to have a baby? When are you going to get pregnant? These are the major questions that we receive on a daily basis, maybe from friends, from relatives. There are people who mean well, but there are people who are just merely pressuring you. So don't let other people decide for your future on when are you going to have kids. You do you. Have kids on your own pace at your own time. Because they're not the one who's gonna raise the kids, or they're not the ones who will be spending money to raise kids, right? So don't let other people affect you. My husband and I decided to have it done earlier because that's our own personal choice. It was planned. It was decided upon. We already talked about it that we already want to have kids around. We want to have at least one child to raise. Right now, we are still trying to get pregnant, but it's been 4 years and Max is already almost 5 years old and I'm still not getting pregnant. When we did the IVF, I asked God, if you can just give at least one child, that will be perfect for us. We will not ask for anything more. We will not ask for more than one child. If you will just bless us with one, we will be okay about it. So right now, we are truly contented with Max and we are happy. Money that we spent with Max when we have her done in the clinic is totally worth it. And also, guys, just make sure to pray. Pray. So, if you have any questions regarding this video, just comment down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you'll be updated on my next video. This is your Chikadorang Mommy saying bye-bye for now. I'll see you again next time. But don't forget to subscribe. Para bongga! Bye, guys. See you again next time. I hope you had fun watching this video. And sending baby dust to those couples, to those momshies who's not getting pregnant. Bye!